Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the off-grid cabin. If you can't tell, I'm not a morning person. Not at all. It takes me a good hour and a half to get going in the morning. It was chilly last night. I got up here yesterday about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I didn't really have a whole lot of plans yesterday. I basically wanted to get here, get settled in. We did buy a new mattress for the cabin. The one that we had was like old with like the metal springs in it. I'm like, okay, this isn't working anymore. So we just bought like an Amazon Basics one, and pretty cheap. Slept good last night. I got it set up early yesterday, so I had time to do its whole expansion thing and worked good. Got down to mid 30s last night, I think, overnight. About 61 degrees here in the cabin this morning. When I woke up, it's about 39 or 40 degrees outside. Yesterday afternoon, I didn't do a whole lot. I spent some time organizing all my fishing gear, like all my lures and everything were all mixed up, and put new line on my fishing pole. Had dinner. All I really had was a hamburger patty and some baked beans. No bun, no bread, no nothing. I find that when I'm here without Rachel, I scale back my cooking because I want to scale back the amount of dishes. Rachel always does the dishes when she's here, and I don't like doing it. So I use basically paper plates and paper bowls and plastic silverware like the entire weekend. Last time I was here by myself, I didn't dirty a single dish. So I definitely scale back. And so after dinner, I think it was around 6 o'clock. I knew I had like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours max daylight left. I brought the e-bike this weekend, which we're gonna take that out later. Like some of the fall colors are like perfect. So we're gonna do like some trail riding later. We'll go check out some of the fall colors. But I thought I can probably get to my favorite salmon fishing spot on this bike in like 3 minutes. Why don't I cruise over there and see if there's any fish? So if you walk to the bank of a river and you look at this spot 40 feet this way and 40 feet this way, there's probably literally 20 salmon in there. All swimming, turning sideways, flapping their tails, basically spawning on their beds right there. And I was like, I didn't really plan on fishing today. I just wanted to come here and chill for the first day. I wanted to fish today and fish tomorrow. But I can probably, on the e-bike, I can get back to the cabin, get all my gear, put my waders on, and get back there on the e-bike in 10 minutes. So I did. And literally the very first cast, I caught this huge brown trout, probably the biggest brown trout I've ever caught in my life. I landed it, I netted it, I got it up on the shore, I took a picture with it, and I was thinking to myself, I didn't come here to fish for brown trout. I want one of those salmon that are right there in the river that I can see. So I let it go. So I threw it back in, swam away. I'm like, okay, I hope I don't regret that. And I didn't. Like 30 to 45 minutes later, I hooked into a big salmon. I have not measured it yet. It's out there on the porch in the cooler on ice. I took all the ice from my drink cooler and put it on the fish. So at some point today, I got to run to town and get some more ice. I'm definitely going to need it. And I could tell you the whole story about catching the fish, but I don't really want to, because I want to tell a new story today. I didn't bring the camera with me yesterday when I went down there. It was a spur of the moment thing. So today we're going to go back. We'll bring the camera. I'll bring you guys with me this time. I know where the fish are. I know what they like, and we're going to try to catch one on camera this time with you guys. So the water's a little more clear today. Yesterday it was a bit cloudy from the rain that we had yesterday afternoon. So I think they're being spooked a little bit more. So when I came down here, hauled all my stuff down, a lot of them took off. They head downstream towards that log way down there. But then I've already seen a whole bunch more coming back up. There's like 3 right in that hole where I was fishing yesterday. So let's give this a shot. I don't think I told you guys earlier, we bought this cabin in the woods back in 2015. And I've been fishing every fall, trying to catch a salmon here every year since, and this is the first year I've got one. You can hear them splashing down there. They're working their way back up. You can see their wake coming. Didn't take long. Oh, it came off. That last one I just hooked, hopefully. Jeez, they're jumping everywhere. Man, that last one that I just hooked, hopefully the camera was recording for that. I hooked him in the back. Like my lure got caught right in his back. And I was worried that it was gonna snap my line. It got way down there by that tree. And it finally came loose. But if I could have caught that one, is technically snagging. You have to catch them in the mouth. They have to bite it. So I would have had to throw that one back anyways, but it's awesome. I love this. I have to come here every year and do this. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I should get one of those polarized lens filters for my lens and my camera so you guys can see these. I'm sure, yeah, if I take my glasses off, I can barely see much of anything, so I'm sure you guys can't see them. But it's been pretty cool watching them, just seeing them play and attack each other. Like there was one a few minutes ago, who apparently got pissed off at somebody. Went grabbed another one by the tail and would not let go. They're being really territorial too. Like over on that bed, there's like 3 or 4 of them that just keep swirling around in circles like they're patrolling. Like they look like sharks almost to me sometimes. Got one on. It's a old looking fish. Oh, my lure just came right out of its mouth. That was freaking cool. It's still sitting right there. I didn't even really cast my line. I just like threw it past him and drug it past him. And he went, chomped on it. It's like right there. That's a better one. That one's not all dead. See if we can land him. As long as I hooked it right, yeah, it's right in the mouth. I don't know how to even get down here. Don't go away, fish, come on. Come on, buddy. So yeah, tired out.
Come on, buddy. No, 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 no. Oh, got him. Oh my gosh, I didn't know who was gonna get tired first, me or the fish. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yes. Oh man, gotta get out of here. Man, my arms are shaking, my hands are shaking. That's freaking awesome. He's like this, almost the same size as yesterday, I think. Oh man. That's all. I'm so thankful I got to share this with you guys. All right, yeah. I can't see nothing, but I want you to see my fish. That bad boy. It might be smaller than yesterday, a little bit. I don't know how much that weighs. More than my dog. It's awesome. Look at them teeth. It's freaking awesome. I love it. I am hooked now. You guys know where I'm going to be every September, October now. All right, it's time to have lunch. I'm going to take this guy up to the truck. A little more calm. My arms are still tired. My forearms and my back. This is not kind to my hurting back at all, but I'm trying to just ignore it and have fun, and I'll pay the price for it later, I'm sure. I did figure out why that fish was so hard to get in. He kept turning sideways on me, like sideways. And the hook wasn't in like the front of his mouth at all. It was way in the crease of his mouth. So like the treble hook was way on the side, as far back as it could go. So every time he tried to move, his body would just go sideways on me. So I got him. I landed him. That's the important part. But I did screw up, guys. I didn't bring an extra battery for the camera. And in order to film this, I basically have to set up my camera, go down, start fishing while it's recording, and just let it roll nonstop. And then if I get a fish on, I edit out the part where I'm not catching fish, obviously, because it would be a really boring video otherwise. But I didn't bring another battery, so I need to shut you guys down. I'm gonna fish for a little while longer and see if maybe I can get another one while I have some more energy left in me. And if I do catch another one, I will conserve what battery I have left, and I will show you guys on camera the next fish, number 3, should I be so lucky to catch one. Now I get a serious case of bed beard here at the cabin. Normally at home I take showers in the morning, so my beard always looks nice, but here at the cabin we usually take our showers in the evenings, and if you go to bed with it wet, You wake up looking kind of silly. It is the next day from where I left you guys at the fishing spot yesterday. I fished for maybe another 20 minutes or so, maybe 30 minutes. No bites, nobody seemed interested. In fact, a lot of the fish like scooted out of the area for some reason. I don't know if my disturbance of catching that fish yesterday kind of spooked them all. They usually come back when they get spooked, but this time I was tired. I was exhausted from that. Earlier in this video, I told you guys about the brown trout that I caught, and I posted a picture of it on our Facebook page, and somebody commented and said, hey, I don't think that's a brown trout. I think that's another king salmon, and you just threw it back in the river. I think it's what they call a jack, where normally the salmon will go out to Lake Michigan and they'll live there for 2 or 3 years, get nice and big, and come in. Every now and then there's king salmon where their clock gets confused and they head up the river after only 1 year, and they're a lot smaller. The color's different. I think that's what I ended up catching, and I threw it back in the river. So technically you can say I caught 3 king salmon on this single trip, but I only kept 2. I cleaned them yesterday. I removed the heads. I gutted them. I got them in my truck on ice. I measured them before I did that. The first one I caught was a female, 34 inches. The second one was a male, 36 inches. So 3-foot fish. Pretty awesome. I've been waiting all day today for the winds. The winds have been like 15 and 20 mile an hour gusts all day, clouds. Everything on my phone said by 2 o'clock, the winds are gonna calm down, the clouds are gonna go away, so we can do our color tour. I brought my e-bike this weekend, our himiway. I only brought mine, I didn't bring Rachel's because she's not here this weekend. Got my backpack, I got some snacks, I got a bottle of water, batteries for my GoPro, and my drone. So we're gonna cruise down some trails. We'll see what we can find that's pretty, and I will share that with you guys. We'll check out some cool Michigan fall colors. So I think I took you guys to the wrong spot. The forest we're in is mostly pine on this side. This side where we've been is mostly all oak. And the oak are some of the final leaves to change. And they don't get all that pretty. They basically turn brown and then fall off. So I'm gonna take you guys and head kind of back where we came from to another spot where I know there's some maple trees. But I did want to touch briefly our e-bikes that we have. The one that I have is made by Himiway. It's called the Cruiser. We got these things in the spring. They sent them to us to try them out. Still to this day, we love these things. These are awesome at the cabin. Full disc brakes, front, rear, 7 different gears that you can go through just for pedaling. But then when it comes to like the motor and the battery and all that, this is the battery right here. The battery will last 30 to 50, 60 miles, something like that, depending on how much you pedal. You can pedal this just like a normal bike, or you can use the motor and let the motor help you along the way. So we've cranked out, I don't know, 70, 80 miles on these things so far at the cabin. We use them a lot, just cruising like back and forth. Like Thursday when I got here and I went down to the sand hill to go fishing, I just hopped on this e-bike. I can be there in like 3 minutes. In fact, coming back after I caught the fish, I had my fishing pole in one hand, and in my other hand I had the net with the 34-inch salmon, and rode this thing back with my fish. So I will leave the links in the description of this video for where you can get one of these. If you're interested in them, check them out. It's been really cool for us. Rachel finally warmed up to it. It was a little bit difficult for her in the beginning because they can be a little bit on the heavy side. You know, the entire thing, battery and all, can be like 60, 70 pounds. You pull the battery off of it, it loses a lot of its weight. I pull the battery off when I transport it on the back of my truck. She's learned, she's adapted, she enjoys it now just as much as I do. So we're gonna keep bringing these up to the cabin with us. So next season when we're back, you'll probably see our e-bikes again. We enjoy them that much. So all right, let's go try to find some color. I know where there's some maple trees. Let's try to get there.